What up there, guys? This is Jughead82, and hopefully I'm going to do this video with no cuts, no snipples, and all of that. Cause woo, what is that? It's magic. I'm fucking with you guys. But this video is gonna probably be titled "The Doomed Generation," and doom is this word is so gloomy. It's so it hits you. But this video is really talking about something that I wanted to talk about for a minute. I've been kind of holding off on doing the video because of the comments I might get or the negatives or the thumbs downs that I might get. But I just wanted to go and just put this video out there, and it's basically kind of like this. I myself am 30 years old. Um, I was not the smartest student in school. I flunked like two times in the time that I was in school. When I graduated, I did have ideas of what I wanted to do once I got out of high school. That I wanted to go to a community college first, get a minors in something, and then go to a 4-year university and get me a degree in something. And when life hits you, it hits you good. It wasn't what happened. I had to go out in the workforce. I had to put money in my pocket, and I had to put food on the table. So that was what happened with me. Not to say that being 30 years old means that you can't go back to college and you can't try to get a degree in something to do something. And that's not what this video is about. It's about necessarily not picking at certain people, certain areas of your neighborhood or anybody's neighborhood, but in my neighborhoods, and it's not necessarily where I stay at, but in areas or the people I see and the people I know and everything, it's always something about what they do in their life. Now, there are people that are around my age that constantly want to throw up their reps or their gang affiliation or where they represent and this and that. And the thing that gets me is the future. You know the old saying that was said that the children are your future. The children are our future. At one point, we were the children. When that song came out by Whitney Houston, uh, I believe the children are our future. We were the children. So we had parents, and I trust me, when I used to come home with a bad grade, I got a really nice ass whooping. The thing is that I look at is the parents now. We're in a society now where "Are you the baby's father?" is constantly being thrown out there. We're in a generation now that children barely even able to walk know the words to a fucking rap song before they even know how to fucking do their ABCs. We're in a generation now that everything looks like it's this way when it's really that way. And what I mean by that is they constantly see things on the television or in movies and shit, and they think, wow, this is amazing. MTV Cribs fucked people's brains up because it did me. It always let me think that, wow, they have all this shit and I have nothing. And the reality of it is you got to look at where we will be in the next 40 or 50 or 60 plus years. Case in point, there are a bunch of people that are around my age that actually did go straight to college and actually did get degrees and whatnot in different parts or facets of life. Doctors, teachers, lawyers. Do we feel that the children that we have growing up now will actually be able to achieve that point where they are the new teachers and doctors and of the future of the 40 years from now? Because when I'm an old juggy and when you guys are old, there's that security to know that we have the children that are now that will be the adults in the future that will be able to do that transition. Because the thing that gets in my neighborhood and the where I live, there are doctors that are doctors still now that were doctors when I was a baby. When I was a baby, that are still doctors now because there are people and like it's like you can't make your children be this particular thing when they grow up. But when you have a bunch of children or 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds right now that are finna get ready to get out of high school, and the only thing they're thinking about is this particular profession, then you have a whole bunch of people going for a profession they shouldn't go for. It's like this. Teachers. When I was a kid, we had this thing called a disciplinary form. A disciplinary form basically meant they gave the teacher as well as the principal the right to whoop that ass. Nowadays, if you barely even touch a child, it's considered child abuse. Not to say that you should always hit a child when they act up, but some motherfucking children deserve a little ass whooping. Because trust me, it kept me in line and it made me a better person as time went on. It made me respect people more. It made me understand that in order to get respect, you have to give it. And that's the way it should have been. Now you have kids that are having sex before they even know what sex is. You know what I'm saying? You have kids that smoke cigarettes, that smoke weed, that drink alcohol and liquor before they really should. And it's more of a situation where the children are growing up too fast. And when you have this, like I'm saying, this video titled The Doom Generation, it's more looking at the area. You sit there and see children always, and it goes back to even when we were little, and we used to see those "Just Say No" commercials and those, and they still do them now. But here's the thing: it's easy to show it, but is there anything to the parents actually investing, sorry, in their children to let them know you don't need to do this shit. This is not the way to go. Because guess what? The parents that I see don't do shit for the kids. Don't take care of the children. Are fucking deadbeat dads and deadbeat moms. It's not how it was when we were growing up, when we had that discipline. Most households, yeah, sure, it's households where there's only a mother trying to take care of children. Imagine being a mother that you don't give a damn about what your kids are doing. You don't even check up on them. You don't want to try to do things for them. Imagine a father that has has kids, doesn't give a damn what they're doing, doesn't try to throw any focus or insight into them to make them want to become better in their lives. And here's the thing that many parents, not to say that this is something parents should expect to get from their own children, but let's say you build your child up to the point where they become something real successful in life, and your child knows that their parents were there for them to help them out, and they give back to their parents, maybe give them something to help them out with the bills or do something for their parents. Then you sit there and think to yourself, that was something I did for my child. You have situations now where you have mothers who are barely even 25 years of age that already have 5 children. And there's no real focus on what they need to do for their kids because they want to go to the club. You know the club. 50 Cent said that. In the club. Because that's their idea of having fun. Like I say, back what I was just saying about older adults, people that are supposed to be mature, constantly still talking about what gang they represent, what clique they represent. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Wake up and look in your fucking mirror and say to yourself, what the fuck am I doing? Am I still gonna be doing this shit when I'm 60 and 70 years old? With all the alcohol I've drunk and my liver shit out all my that falls out my ass at that point, and I just smoke so much weed that I don't know who the fuck I am anymore. Am I still gonna be trying to do that shit at 60 and 70 years old of age? Am I still gonna sit there and think this is the way I should do everything in my fucking life? Because trust me, when we become 60 and 70 years old, will we have that help? Or are we gonna be still in a situation where the young generation that are the little babies down, that we are not trying to get put in an atmosphere or put in some kind of retrospect to let them know that it's important to go to school, that it's important to complete school, that it's important to go to college, that it's important to get things in your life situated, it's important to get a good job, that it's important to do things that not only will help you but that will help other people in the long run. Because we live in a culture now that everything is about bling, what you got, what you ain't got, this and that. Most of the celebrities that we sit there and look at and idolize on TV and shit, most of them don't even have a high school diploma. or a fucking college degree. Most of these celebrities that we sit there and think that are so fucking amazing haven't did shit to the point to even be fucking famous in the first fucking place. And we sit there and flick on it. We're like so amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of them. I'm one of those stooges in the crowd that sit there and look. Oh, celebrity. I looked in the mirror and saw gray hair in my head. I was like, oh, that lets me know I'm getting older. And I sit there and think about what I could have did, could have, would have, should have did, and I always think like that because I am a could have, would have, should have did person. But I also sit there and look at the people that I know and the people that I've seen around me, and I know how they act and how they do. And when you feel that you're still at the point in your mind, where you still want to do the same shit you did when you were 16, then that makes you say to yourself, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm not trying to be what I should be. I'm only being what I want to be because it's cool, it's relaxed. This is about people who sit there and see their kids and they're 14 years old and they say, you're getting your first piece of pussy today, young man. What the fuck? That's great. You're getting your first piece of pussy at 14, young man. So that's what's important. That's what's important. And that's also great. And this is about women who like to go with thugs, hardcore motherfuckers who feel that nobody can tell them shit. There's about a dozen or so people that I know that don't even have licenses. And when they drive around the streets of where I live, they are in spooked, especially if a roadblock happens. The popo is out tonight. You know how to drive a car. Go get your fucking license. You're willing to risk the fact that you will risk your fucking freedom just so you can get pulled over and arrested by the police. Great, great, great. And the thing that gets me is most of these people that I know, I don't have children myself. I have a niece and a nephew. And I have little cousins. I wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to none of them. And I would want to do everything in my power to make them have the best life they can. And I would want them to be able to succeed and study hard and do whatever they want in their lives. But I don't think that the way things are, especially where I look at it and where I live, when I see so many people that are around my age, 30, and some that are close to 30, and some that are 40, and some that are almost over 40, still doing the same shit they did when they were fucking teenagers. Not motivated to do a damn thing in their fucking life, but just sit there and claim a gang and sit there and smoke as much weed and drink as much liquor as they want. Not considering that the future is scary as fucking hell. The future for them is scary. But they don't give a fuck. They just want to just be, yo, 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 what's up, man? Yo, shit. You know, the thing about it is we sit there and listen to all these rappers on videos and shit, and we sit there and assume that everything's great because they have shit. We buy their CDs, we buy their brand alcohol, Ciroc, anybody? And we feel that we are that. It's so much about bling, it's so much about money, it's so much about this, it's so much about that. But reality of it is, it's like a doomed generation because you sit there and look, and that's not to say that everybody does what they do different with their children or does different what they do with the young people they're around or their nieces or nephews or whatever. It's just to say that there are some people that just don't give a fuck about trying to change or make themselves better, or they just don't look in the mirror and say to themselves, I need to do things different. And I'm a procrastinator a lot because I do say things that I need to do this, I need to do that, and I don't do them because, of course, that's just me and an idea. But I guarantee you, if I had children that were my own, or if I was in a situation like that where I had to make sacrifices and do things to better myself as well as my children's lives, then I would have to do it. Most of these folks, especially like I'm talking about fathers that have right now 6 or 7 children, and they don't even fucking do as much as they can when they know they can for them. It's just bullshit. It's garbage. And I just think it's just fucked up the way society is and the way things are now, because it lets you know that it is what it is, I guess. But does it have to be like that? Does it have to be where you have a woman and a man? They come together like butt cheeks. They have sexual relations. They pop out offspring. The man walks the fuck away. The woman is still there with the child. The woman leaves the child with someone that's probably not really capable of taking care of a child to go to the club. Boom, 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 boom. The child sees the woman bring friends home every day, drinks, go, 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 smokes, whatever. That child sees that, and that child mimics whatever they see the mother does or whatnot. The father is still chilling over here. Every now and then, the father might come back and say, "What up, buddy?" and walks the fuck back on. That is what that child has. That motivation to want to succeed in life. The mother doesn't preach about, what did you make in school? Did you do good? I want you to make A's. No. The mother says, "Hey, you made a D. Well, at least you passed." Yeah. It's things to think about. The society as we know it, is there people that are motivated to want to do more for their children? Is there motivation to want to instill in children the thought process of wanting to learn more, to want to be something more in life, to want to just have something more? And not only that, to be able to have a situation where it's a constant building block. You know what I'm saying? One, to build up to a better society, to have more, to do things better for the next generation of younger people, and to motivate those younger people to be successes and so forth, and to make it better so there's a better light out there behind that tunnel. Once you go through that tunnel, it's a better light. I might have been rambling for almost 17 minutes, but I just wanted to put this video out there because, I mean, it's something that's making me think a lot. But, yeah. This is Jugga82 saying I hope you guys out there in the world of the interwebs are having a good one. I hope if I said anything that was kind of response, whatever that big word is, yeah, because I haven't went to college, is knowledgeable. But, yeah, it's a baby crying right now. This is Jugga82 signing off.